Hello, I'm Chad Miller. I'm a Toy Geek Maniac, and welcome to our latest episode. So, this episode brings about another figure from the Masters of the Universe Revelation line, and that is of Stinkor. Now, there aren't too many other figures that are coming out through the Revelation line. However, they are turning it into what is being called Masterverse line, or Masterverse line, something like that. Where they're gonna start making figures of other characters that weren't featured in the show. Um, but as far as the show goes, Stinkor is obviously a character that I wanted to complete my Revelation Eternia collection. Um, and there are two other characters that I really want, and one I know is being made, the other I'm really surprised I haven't heard any news on. And that really shocks me because that character is pretty integral to the storyline of the show. But we shall see. Because, I mean, Mattel is just blowing this line out of the water, and there's a lot coming up with Masterverse, which carries on from Revelation. So let's go ahead and start talking about Stinkor. So the original Stinkor figure from the 80s was quite unique, and I didn't get him brand new, obviously. He was a figure that I got either at a thrift store or garage sale, yard sale, whatever. But he had an odor to him, and it reminded me a lot of this game that I had when I was even younger. I'm gonna have to do some research while I'm editing. But it was basically this game where there was this huge tin, and there were these like cardboard fish and one skunk that was in there, and you had magnetic little fishing pools, and if you pulled up the skunk you were supposed to scratch it and smell it, and you lost your turn. Well, that's what Stinkor smelled like, was that skunk, and it's it's kind of weird because I honestly don't mind the smell of a skunk. I think, well, obviously if I were sprayed by one it would be different, but and that reminds me too, I'm not going any further, but the original action figure of Stinkor had that same scent to it, and I didn't have all the armor or anything else that came with him, but it was just an interesting figure to have because of that odor. And so now I'm going to go ahead and break open the Revelation version of Stinkor, who actually has a very, very small part in the show. But there is some amazing box art, as always, with these figures. And yeah, this is going to be exciting. I'm really happy about this. Now, I really have to say that the execution on this figure is tremendously brilliant. I think there's a lot of credit due to the designers of the show and or Mattel, whoever came first to design the characters for the series, especially for the brief amount of time that Stinkor gets on screen. But as far as articulation goes, slight pivot to the head, a little bit of a look down, a little bit of a look up. There's obviously hindrance due to the armor, which is removable, which I don't play with because I worry about getting it back on. But you get his little stink tanks in the back, which are not removable. A nice lateral lift in the arms with shoulder sockets, bicep turns, multifunctional double jointed elbows, and there are, as soon as I get it lined up here, flex in the wrist. There is a pivot to the torso. And there's a turn in the waist. Great lateral lift in the leg, despite the costume. Hasbro, pay attention. Thigh turn there. Double jointed multifunctional knee. We do get a boot turn. And then the flex in the foot, back and forth, as well as a pivot. The articulation on these figures is exactly what you want them to be, and designed so just perfectly that it's, like I said, I wish Mattel could get a hold of several other licenses and do figures like this for many other different things. So, so now we're gonna take a look and see what Stinkor comes with. And it's not a scent. He's not scented. So he comes with this alternate head that has a mask that's supposed to help protect him from his own stink tanks. So that's kind of funny. That's something that wasn't originally featured on the original figure. So that's kind of like a new addition to the character itself. So that's kind of unique and interesting. I think I'm going to stick with the original head when I display him. He also comes with a set of alternate hands and his own battle shield. So that is going to do it for my review of Masters of the Universe Revelation Stinkor. I'm going to slap him on the Eternia shelf here, which is currently missing Skeletor for reasons you'll see in a moment. And well, I was gonna say I figured my villains were outnumbering my heroes, but I think it's kind of going on an even keel thus far. We're gonna see how this line goes, and if it turns out that I get the one character that I really want from the series and they produce the other character that I want from the series, I might stop there, unless for some unknown reason they keep going, and if so, I'm gonna have to come up with a bigger display or something. I have no idea, but thank you so much for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell whenever you want to be notified when Red and Slim Productions uploads a video. leave some comments. Let me know what you think about these figures, my opinions of them, all that kind of good stuff. Shout out to my YouTube friends out there. I love the work that you guys do. You inspire me, and love and like to you all. Hello everyone, it is April 2022 and we are spotlighting our MVT of the month. And well, to explain it, you know, sports have their MVPs. I am spotlighting my MV toys. So this month it is going to be Skeletor, based on Masters of the Universe Revelations, the Netflix show that picks up where the original He-Man and the Masters of the Universe series from the 80s left off. And yeah, so that is the April MVT of the month. Pretty exciting.